Rank Season 3 has been out for a week, and as expected, there's a number of Zygardes running around. In my previous video, I wrote a Roserade build to handle Zygardes. However, after playing some rank for myself, there are some wrong assumptions and revisions I would like to make. Number 1. Assumption of Zygarde's build and moveset. Number 2. Adaptation and revision of Roserade's build and playstyle. And number 3. Adaptation and revision of the team, replacing Gyarados with Yveltal. So first, I assume that Zygardes will be running a special build with moves such as Raikou Meter, Core Enforcer, Sludge Wave, Focus Blast, and the such. However, what I mostly see instead are physical Zygardes that only use Nihil Light after Mega evolving into Mega Zygarde. During its 10 or 50% form, 1000 arrows and 1000 waves are used to deal damage to everyone, including flying types, and lock them in. Once everyone is low, Zygarde can transform and finish them off with Nihil Light. Moves like Core Enforcer, Sludge Wave, and Focus Blast, while in theory are powerful nukes, are clunky to use in practice. Zygarde's big model and slow movement speed tends to land it in the middle of the brawl and prefers a faster paced style of moves, because it can't reposition fast enough to nuke from a distance. Secondly, I had Roserade run Toxic, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Synthesis. I replaced Synthesis with Toxic Spikes and adapted a different playstyle. Even though my calculations are theoretically correct, in practice, however, the Royale system would make Roserade a prime target when it's using the move Synthesis, resulting in easy KOs for the opponents. I had a Bruiser, Drain Tank playstyle in mind when facing against Zygardes and Xerneas, but their sheer power in addition to other enemies on the field made this playstyle proved ineffective. Instead, I now play Roserade as a support, spreading Toxic and Toxic Spikes to as many Pokemon as possible before switching out to my other Pokemon in the party. Sometimes, these Toxic and Toxic Spikes can catch some cheeky kills, especially if they were just hanging on by a sliver of health. Lastly, in the previous video, I had Aggron and Gyarados as Roserade's party members. Now, I swapped Gyarados for Yveltal due to power reasons. Even though it now makes my team quite vulnerable to Ice-type moves, especially with Glaceons running around, unless you are quite out of position, the Glaceons tend to target Zygardes first, as it's the biggest and an easy one-hit KO target. That's where I usually put out Aggron and try to Iron Tail or Head Smash them, or target the other opponent if it seems like an easier KO. Yveltal provides the raw power of Oblivion Wing, good coverage in Heat Wave and Focus Blast, as well as Dark Pulse to deal with Chandelure. Yveltal outclasses Gyarados in terms of stats. Yveltal hits harder, tanks better, and has better survivability due to Oblivion Wing's draining capabilities. Even with Assault Vest, because Gyarados has no way of recovering HP and needs to get close to enemies to deal physical damage, I decided to swap Gyarados for Yveltal. In conclusion, by playing Roserade as a support rather than a bruiser, as well as packing more power by putting Yveltal into the team, I managed to make this team feel better to play, and has clear matchups that it can withstand during ranked. I plan to release a theory video, followed by a retrospective video like this every so often. So leave a like if you enjoyed this video, comment if I should do this kind of format again, and subscribe to support the channel. Gotta bounce!